First, let me introduce myself. I'm working in chemical engineering department in Ege University. And now I'm working as lecturer. Sorry. I plan to prepare a small presentation about experiential learning technique. We have already used this technique in our courses. Actually, in second semester as chemistry laboratory, in fifth semester in instrumental analysis laboratory, and sixth and seventh semester as chemical engineering laboratory courses. We used it. However, I decide that there are some difficulties about this technique, using of this technique. There are some issues about it. First of all, I don't think that there is enough time for practice because we have limited time in laboratory and we have many students in groups. Also another issue is can each student find a chance to try during experiment? So another issue is if it is possible to repeat whenever the students wants. It's not possible to repeat, actually. You just skip that experiment whenever you try for first time. You can't try it with another chemical, another glassware. It's actually, we say it's experiment or experiential learning, but I don't think it has some creativity inside. And another issue is if it is possible to find each experimental setup or chemicals in the lab, because there might be some hazardous chemicals for students, we can't use it. Sometimes we don't have suitable glassware and we skip that experiment in some semester. And most importantly, in pandemic time, we saw that we have to be plan B to support those experiential learning classes. Because in pandemic, I can give some examples from our department. We recorded videos during experiments and we share them with students and they just only watch it. And we try to explain them how the things going on there. Okay, and I guess it should be very boring because it's just a monologue, not a dialogue, and it should be really boring. So I tried to support the last semester. I tried to support my laboratory course with some technological simulation techniques. And today I want to share it, how to upgrade this experiential learning in applied courses. For example, I listed here some internet web pages and simulations I found. Let me show you. This is one of them. Maybe we can't find each experiment here, but at least they have a chance to try, and maybe in future we may produce more about this. we may contribute to produce those simulations. And here, for example, can you see it now?
Mirai, we cannot see the simulation. I think you would have to unshare and then share that part if we should see this.
My, okay, not window, the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new on Zoom, sorry, we use Teams. That's why, yes. Okay. Here, for example, now, is it okay?
We see now it says, yeah, there are a lot of options here, determination, qualitative analysis,
yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes, and this is just one example. There are some animations here. They use animations, they first explain procedure. There is also a video included, but I think the most important part is simulation, because it gives a chance to students to try something here. For example, you may put some liquid here. Sorry, we should select oxalic acid here, like this, and it's so on. You can touch it, actually. Of course, it's not the same thing like touching in the laboratory, but it's, I think, give a chance to try. And we may maybe adapt those simulations to increase the creativity in the students. And for example, this one is the most time I use this example. For example, micropipetting solutions. Like this. First, it gives a level here, start simulation. It explains what is what. And here in micropipetting, it's important to be aware that there are 2 stops on micropipettes. And as you see, we have a bench here. It's like a real bench. And you can move that micropipette here and open the box and put a tip on it and open that die. And here you can see micropipette works. And when you move here, there are some challenges here also. Like this, and then you put it to the trash. It actually teaches the procedure of using micropipette, and that's this simulation is very useful, I think, to teach the students how the things are going on in the laboratory. And I don't want to take your time so much, so I will just I just put some links here. You may also check if anyone wants. And here there is also electric experiments and some other experiments about biology they can find. And this is also for chemistry laboratory, and it's actually fun to use. So they may try anything else. This is more creative, I think, than predicted experiments. Here they have a chance to try whatever they want. There are some stock solutions, and there are strong assets here, and several glasswares here. So they may try anything they want here. So I think this is more creative simulation. Also, I found some simulation programs, but they are more advanced ones. They are in 3D forms, like this here, but the university should pay for it. But it's like 3D games, you know. You just learn how to carry out a procedure in the lab in this simulation games, let's say. And also, I want to add an app. I suggest this app to students to try several reactions. Let me show you this small, video. Yes. It also supports the creativity because they may try anything else again here. There are several solids and liquids. For example, what happens when you put lithium in acids, or how to produce reactions. You may heat the solution up, and you might close the lid. Sometimes there is hydrogen produced in the reaction, and you may lit it up, and so on. And this is also like a game, but it teaches the reactions, how they occur. And there are also some reactions here they can't do in the lab. Yes, here I have an idea for future. I predict the education leads to self-education techniques in future. But we are now here to reach to the self-education technique. We should pass through this bridge on the creative learning techniques, because traditional teaching techniques are so far away from self-education. I write teaching here because the idea was about teaching at past, but now we use most of times learning. It's about learning, actually, not teaching. Someone should want to learn first. You can't teach by you can't teach a student by using grades or something else. We know, we are aware of it now, and that's why I'm here today, and I wanted to learn creative learning techniques. I wasn't aware. Sometimes when I think about past, I used them sometimes, but not by purpose. It's very important to use these techniques by purpose and to measure it. Now next semester I'm planning to use these creativity techniques by purpose, and I want to measure them at the end. Thank you for this workshop and for the talks, presentations.
Thank you, Mirai. Very interesting experience, especially the part on simulations. So they're getting applause from a lot of participants. I would like to ask you a question. Now, if you say that some of the participants want to also use simulation techniques, what should they not do instead of what they should do? So what are the things they should avoid when looking for the simulation techniques and use them with their students, especially the online ones?
Yeah, in traditional techniques, we limit the students so much, I guess. For example, in the experiments, we give them the mass of the chemical, the volume of the solution, and those things limit the students. So we shouldn't do that in simulations also. I think this is wrong habits. They should be more creative, so they should be more aware what they are doing there. When we give them a formula to prepare that experiment, actually we kill their creativity. And if we do the same thing in the simulations to measure it, it can't be successful.